It's Thursday, January 19th, and my name is Fredo Cervantes, and these are the breaks.
These are the breaks. You know what it is.
And we're here on the Infinity Studios with These Are the Breaks with myself, Fredo Cervantes, guys, and I'm here to bring you guys some great content. Of course, this weekend, we got one of the biggest weekends in the NFL. I mean, it is divisional weekend with the AFC starting off on Saturday afternoon. We got football on Saturday, and we also got football on Sunday. So it's a doubleheader, back-to-back days, starting with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville's coming into this game right here after an amazing, one of the best comebacks we've ever seen in the NFL, facing against the Los Angeles Chargers and with a big devastating loss. But now Jacksonville comes in with that momentum. They're coming into the Chiefs' kingdom. I mean, just take a second and look at Trevor Lawrence against Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I can go ahead and say right now that Patrick Mahomes is going to be the MVP this season. That will be announced because he had a spectacular year. I mean, he's amazing every year. I mean, his statistics never change. They're always the same, no matter who's on his right, no matter who's on his left, and no matter who's right behind him. He's always putting up the same numbers. But looking at what the Kansas City Chiefs can possibly do, and maybe some people out there are saying that Jacksonville has a good chance at winning this ball game. Wait a second, you actually believe that Jacksonville might have a chance at taking down Patrick Mahomes on opening weekend in a divisional round? You gotta be crazy in order to think that. But I mean, if you're a Vegas bettor, if you like betting some money, go ahead and put some money down on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, they're like a plus 300 to possibly win this game against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's something for you as a gambler if you want to make some money and if you want to take a big risk. This weekend, you take it and you look at Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, Trevor Lawrence and his spectacular coach, Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is practically that coach that won the Super Bowl about 4 years ago with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, his play calling just literally just showed the whole world on Saturday night in that second half that he can come back from anything. So, Jacksonville's coming in with a lot of momentum. I mean, they finished the year 9-8, which is not very good out there. But the Kansas City Chiefs finished, of course, 13-3. I mean, they're always that good. But that's one game that we're going to go ahead and be possibly looking at this Saturday afternoon in Kansas City. What a big showdown that's going to be. My personal pick, I believe Kansas City is going to run through this game. I mean, there's no way that Kansas City is not going to win this game at home. I mean, if it actually does happen, if it happens, man, I feel like I'm going to give away money to the whole world because Jacksonville, it doesn't really have a chance against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are the number one best football in the NFL, plain and simple. All right. So that's something that people got to go ahead and possibly look at because looking at that game, winner of that game faces the winner of the next AFC game where we're looking at the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. That game right there is going to be exciting. That is the two AFC games we are having this weekend. Both of those two AFC games, winner will meet each other the following Sunday. So my prediction, you're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs, then you look at Cincinnati. I honestly believe that Cincinnati and Joe Burrow are going to take down the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Yes, we understand the news that, and the circumstances that Buffalo has been dealing with over the past few weeks, and thankfully things have gotten better in Buffalo. But right now, things are not going to get better on the field for Buffalo because they are facing Joe Burrow, Nixon. They got Jamar Chase. I mean, those guys are one of the next teams in line. We saw what Joe Burrow did last season. We saw what he did. Went into Kansas City and beat down on Kansas. Almost beat down on the Rams at the Super Bowl. But Cincinnati really deserves some respect and some love. But if you want to look at who's going to win between that Cincinnati and Josh Allen and the Bills, that's going to be a showdown that you might not want to miss. That's going to be one of the games that's going to be talked about all weekend long. I mean, because there's 4 games this weekend. 4 games. And I understand the Cowboys are playing the Niners, but that game is not as big as the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. All right. So I'm telling you right now, do not miss a great game. You got Josh Allen and Burrow, both of them together. Oh my Lord. But my pick, I got to go with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship. That's my prediction. That's what I think. I mean, if you think otherwise, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let us know here on the Infinity Studios. And, of course, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Fredo Cervantes. I'm always talking my mind, always letting you guys know what it is right here on the Infinity Studios, guys. But, believe it or not, that's just the AFC showdown on what's happening in the first week. Now, we will be moving on to the NFC showdown and see what 2 games are going on in the NFC. And I will tell you about those 2 games and who might possibly make it into the Super Bowl. And after that, I will also tell you who I'm not excited to see in the Super Bowl. And let me tell you right now, it's not no athlete, all right? When we return here on These Are the Breaks.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services.
And we're back here on These Are the Breaks. And myself, Fredo Cervantes. And I'm going to break something down to you right now. I mean, I wish I could break this computer screen right here, right in front of you, but I'm not. But I'm certainly going to tell you what's going to happen in the NFC showdown this week and just give you a preview of what's going on in the AFC. Now, moving on to the AFC, we'll look at what's going on Saturday night between the Philadelphia Eagles, one of the best teams in the NFL right now. In my opinion, they're not the best. I don't know why they're the number 1 seed, but we're looking at the New York Giants. This is a divisional game. Same division in the first round of the divisional playoff round. I mean, this is just going to be exciting to see. Daniel Jones, someone who has not been in the playoffs previous to the other game he just had it against Kirk Cousins in the Minnesota Vikings, which he showed out. I mean, I was watching that game last Sunday. I was watching Daniel Jones and the New York Giants play the Minnesota Vikings, and I was like, wait a second. Who is that guy right there? Who's that guy? I mean, that guy was Daniel Jones, who was running around, broke a record of the most rushing yards, throwing yards for the first time as an NFL player in the playoffs. It was ridiculous in the way his legs were running on the field. I mean, no Minnesota Viking player was able to catch him. And that's the same thing that I feel that the Philadelphia Eagles might not be able to do on Daniel Jones. The Minnesota Vikings have somewhat of a equal defense like the Philadelphia Eagles. So we're having an equal type of defense facing Daniel Jones and the New York Giants, who are practically playing with no pressure. Philadelphia took a week off. They got the bye. They might be a little rusty. Daniel Jones and the Giants are coming off a big win in Minnesota, now traveling to Philadelphia, which is not too far from New York. So you know that New York's going to have some people out there cheering for them over there in Philadelphia. So with that being said, I mean, it might be an upset. I can still say that Philadelphia will have enough. Jalen Hurts and his guys out there will have enough. They will show up. But if they don't show up, and they basically went 12-0, 13-0 to start the season, and you're going to lose in the opening game of the NFL playoffs, there is a chance if Daniel Jones plays the way he did last weekend, the New York Giants have a shot at shocking the world and beating down on the Philadelphia Eagles, the best team in the NFL, according to the record. But I don't know. It's a little tricky. But that is a crucial and interesting game to see on Saturday nights in the NFC showdown there. But this is another game. I told you about the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills game. I told you how exciting that game is going to be. But it's not going to be compared to how great of a showdown it can be up in Santa Clarita with the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowgirls. Oh, wait a second. Did I just say the Cowgirls? I mean the Cowboys. The Cowboys are coming to Santa Clarita to possibly get some revenge on what happened last year in the NFC playoffs. If we recall, let me give you a little bit of playback of what happened last year in the divisional round, same round. The San Francisco 49ers went into Arlington, Texas, and beat down on the Dallas Cowboys in their home. They got a rematch this year. They're going to the Niners this time. They're not at home. But the way the game ended last year, if you recall, there was about 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Down by 6 points, 23-17. Dallas was trailing. Dallas had the ball at the 20-yard line, just yards away from scoring the game-winning touchdown. And what happened? The ref bobbled the ball on the line, the clock kept running, and the Dallas Cowboys lost at home due to the ref. That was the ref's fault because the ref was trying to put the ball on the line, and he bobbled it, and then it scrolled over there. He went to go pick it up, put it back. By the time he put it back, it was triple zeros. Triple zeros, and Dallas lost it. So Dallas has a salty side on the San Francisco 49ers. So, with that being said, the Niners had a great game last week. They play Seattle. Did you hear what I said? They play Seattle. Seattle is no good. Seattle's no good at all. So you cannot compare that win that they had last week against this Seattle Seahawks. But you can certainly take some credit on the Dallas Cowboys and how amazing they played on Monday Night Football against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. All right? So if we recall, the Dallas Cowboys have won and played 6 straight away games in the last 6 weeks. They have not played a home game in a while. They've been on the road, winning. And now they're going on the road to Santa Clarita on Sunday evening. This is going to be a great game to watch. 3:30 Pacific time here in Los Angeles. It'll be 7:30 Eastern for a lot of you guys out there. It's going to be pretty good. But did you hear what I said? Pretty good, meaning Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, if I can say one thing about that kid, young guy in the league here right now, bumping his chest, slapping every of his teammates behind because of a good job they've been doing. The Niners are on a 11-game winning streak. 11 games. That's 11 weeks. We're talking about last year, they have not lost a game so far. ever since he trade with Christian McCaffrey coming over from the Carolina Panthers. But can the Niners keep their streak alive? That is the biggest question, because I honestly believe, I don't think so. I honestly believe that the Dallas Cowboys and Cowboy Nation and Cowgirl Nation will come in to Santa Clarita and stab the Niners right in the heart. Yes, I said it. They're going to stab them right in the heart. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I think Dak Prescott is going to show the experience that he's had over the past few seasons compared to Brock Purdy, who's never seen a postseason snap against a good team. So I think the Cowboys will take over. Cowboys will advance to play the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game. That rivalry within itself, the Eagles and the Cowboys, winner goes to the Super Bowl. Oh my God, that's going to be a game. Plus, on the other side, you look at Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Mighty, oh my, that's going to be a great weekend of football next week. All right, so there's going to be a lot of great, exciting things going on in the NFL world, but that is occurring in the latest update with Brock Purdy, who might not look too Purdy on Saturday nights or Sunday night, whatever day he's playing, but Dak Prescott got it all the way. Cowboy Nation might win it, but who knows? But one thing I do know is that I'm not so happy. All right. And this is one of the few times that I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Everyone knows who Stephen A. Smith is. He is one of the biggest mouths in sports. Every single morning, he's talking. It's crazy talk. But this time, I agree with him. When we return here on These Are the Breaks, I'll let you know.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
Hi, I'm Renee Starms of the Starms Agency. Do you know why 97% of startups fail? It's because they don't have the proper exposure. So for the first time ever, Infinity Studios and the Starms Agency have come together to provide you with the Little Guys Big Marketing Package. Now, this is for local Los Angeles businesses who are ready to launch, relaunch, or simply expose their business to grow. With this package, you're going to receive 6 months of online and offline marketing tactics in a customized plan for your business. You're also going to get a professional TV quality commercial filmed in an 1,800 square foot studio with multiple screening options. So if you're ready to grow, go ahead and click that link. We also have financing available. I'm looking forward to chat with you. Click the link and let's go.
Welcome back here on this beautiful Thursday here in Los Angeles with myself, Fredo Cervantes, on These Are the Breaks. Yes, and I'm going to certainly tell you that it is now time to let Stephen A. Smith know that he is finally right about something. Yes, he is right. Earlier this week, he went on social media. He went on TV on Good Morning America, one of the biggest shows you can possibly be on early in the morning. He went on there and said, he said after he was asked the question about Rhianna. Yes, Rhianna, who is with, I believe, Travis Scott, if that's the case. And, Rhianna is scheduled to perform at the Super Bowl February the 13th over in Arizona. He wasn't so excited about that. He's like, you know what? Give me Beyonce instead. I need Beyonce. Oh, the moment he said that, the Rhianna Twitter fans, man, they attacked Stephen A. Smith like no other. Stephen A. Smith later on went on Instagram and Twitter and apologized about his comments. He said that he didn't really mean it in that way. He respects Rihanna. He loves Rihanna. He loves his music. Her music, I mean. And at the end of the day, he just said, well, you know what? I'm a Beyonce guy. I prefer Beyonce, you know. And he's like, I love Beyonce, Bruno Mars, when they perform at the Super Bowl together. That's something that the fans want to see. And I agree with Stephen A. Smith. I don't want to see Rihanna perform at the Super Bowl. I don't want to see that. Do you want to see that? I'm pretty sure you don't. You may not want to say it, but I'm saying it for you. No one wants to see Rihanna perform at the Super Bowl. I mean, give me Dr. Dre again. Give us Eminem. Give us maybe Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars seems to be a spectacular every single time at the Super Bowl. I mean, who do you want? Let us know in the comments below or something, because I personally do not want to see Rihanna. I don't have nothing against her. I mean, like Stephen A. Smith said, like, her music's good. Nothing against her. I'll listen to her. If it's playing on the radio, I'll leave it on there. I'm not going to flip the channel, maybe. But when you look at the lineups and the possibility of other artists available, I mean, did the NFL not want to spend any money? Was Rihanna that cheap? I don't know. I think Rihanna's still kind of expensive. She's a big ticket. So I'm pretty sure the NFL had to spend some money, but come on. If we're going to spend some money, don't spend it on Rihanna. We can do a lot better than that, NFL. I want to see a show. I want to be at halftime, celebrating, having some fun. And then I want to watch a nice show, because last year's Super Bowl show, oh my God, the halftime show was amazing. One of the best shows we've ever seen, you know, and the setting, everything, the whole work that happened on the field, the whole stage and everything was just amazing. It was a great performance. And I'm pretty sure Rihanna is not going to get nowhere near what last year's Super Bowl was. So if the NFL and the people in charge of doing the halftime show, which is Jay-Z, who is married to Beyonce, he's the man in charge of doing all this, why not put your wife up there? Come on, man. Do something better, JC. But I'm not happy about that, and I agree with Stephen A. Smith. I don't want Rihanna at the Super Bowl. Give us somebody else. I may just have to tune out for the halftime show. But with that being said, I like to say a lot of things, and I'm going to say one more thing right now, because I got some time here with you guys, and I want you guys to kind of take a close listen and a sneak peek of what the NBA world might look like here in Los Angeles, because right now it's only January. It's only January. We still got 2.5 months left in basketball. And as a basketball fan, I love to watch basketball. We have two teams here in Los Angeles. One who's never won a championship before, which is the Los Angeles Clippers. Then we have another championship team who's won 17 of them, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers. When you look at the head coaches of both teams, you see a guy who played for the Lakers back in the early 2000s in Tyronn Lue. Then you see a guy who coached with the Lakers as an assistant about 10 years ago under Mike D'Antoni and Mike Brown, which is Darvin Ham, the current head coach. But when you really look at the two stars that the Clippers have, which is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and then you look at the two stars that the Lakers have, which is Anthony Davis and LeBron James, both of those guys came here to battle in Los Angeles together at the same time, the same summer. It's been about 3-4 years with those guys here. And tell me right now who's been the only team out of those two to win a championship in the last 4 seasons ever since they combined together. That's been the Lakers. Last night, I was watching the Los Angeles Clippers getting beat down by the Philadelphia 76ers. I saw them get beat down in Utah against the Jazz yesterday. You know, with the Clippers not getting the heat they deserve. They're not getting the heat that they deserve because they've been awful over the past few seasons. They've tried to use the excuse to buy time, saying, well, Kawhi's hurt. Kawhi can't be on the field, on the court, I mean. He can't be on the court. He's hurt. What do you expect us to do? I expect you to win. I expect not to hear any excuses, because when the Lakers say, hey, well, we don't got Anthony Davis is hurt. Oh, well, look at that guy. He's street clothes. You know, look at that bump. Look at that soft man. Which, I mean, that's what I say. He's soft. But at the same time, if he's not available to be on the court, then he's not available to be on the court. And the Lakers still continue to get heat about, Hey, maybe they should trade him. Hey, maybe they should trade LeBron. Hey, what's Jeannie Buss going to do? Hey, what about Rob Pelinka? There's a lot of things going up out there. But when you really put those two teams together, you see what Kawhi and PG have done since they arrived here, and you see what Anthony Davis and LeBron James have done. LeBron and Anthony Davis deserve a lot of credit, and they deserve some respect here in the city of Los Angeles, because when the Los Angeles Clippers, I was driving around earlier today. This is the thing that caught my attention about this topic, and I'm gonna go ahead and close off the show with this. I was driving down the freeway, down the 10 freeway here in Los Angeles. I saw a billboard, a small billboard, not even one of those big ones, those big shiny ones you see on the freeway. You see that little small, little tiny one right there next to a mobile gas station, hidden behind a tree, no lighting towards the billboard. You just see a kind of small, little dark billboard. Then I see a picture, a PG and Kawhi letter that says, "This is our city, this is our way." Wait, this is your city, Clippers? This is your city? How many championships have you guys won? How many times have you guys made it to the NBA Finals? You guys post up selfies. We post up banners over here. It's funny how the Clippers are trying to market themselves here in the city, trying to gain a lot of the new young basketball fans that never saw Kobe Bryant dominate the league. Kobe Bryant winning 5 championships over the last 20 years for the Lakers here in Los Angeles. The Lakers are all about winning, all right? The Clippers are all about losing, all about talk. The Clippers are all talk, and I'm all talk here as well, as I'm live on These Are the Breaks, because I will be back next Thursday, 12 o'clock Pacific here on the Infinity Studio. So make sure everyone tunes in. Everyone leave some comments below. If you thought I said something crazy, well, let me know. All right? Let me know. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. Hit that notification button so you can get notified every time every single show goes up, because you got the Profanity Nation on 8:30 on Sunday night. You got Monday Night Fredo on Monday night. You also got the breaks on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you got a lot more shows here. But you will not know if you don't hit that notification button up there. All right? So make sure you hit it. And I will see you next week on These Are the Breaks. Drop it.